All right, we are in geometry. Today's date is Wednesday, March 20th, 2019.
No, there's a pencil under
There you go.
the purple one.
All right. We have one example, and that's all we're doing for our notes. So, as we did yesterday, we're going to do the same thing. We want to group the x's and the y's and move the numbers over to the right-hand side. So let's do that. Quiet raised hand. Not everyone's going to be able to participate today, but we might be able to get the pizza party. We'll see. Quiet raised hand. First step, move the 62 over. Tell me what to do to both sides, Beverly. All right. And can you group the x's and y's for me as well? It's going to be, we'll do it down here, y squared minus 6y. All right, Beverly, thank you. You can turn in your card. If I come over here, Beverly, 50 XP. Yeah. I did. It's on YouTube. Is it not showing up? If you can't find the video, then you can take notes on this one right now with this. All right, from here, what is the next step? Quiet raised hand. India, go for it. All right, I make a box and fill in one of the numbers for us.
And then the top left side is going to be x squared.
Which means
Those two are going to be
x
x.
and x. All right, thank you, India. Your card can be turned in. India, there you are. All right, next step. Quiet raised hand. Leo, go for it. 2. What about 2? Right here? Or right here? On like inside the box or outside the box? Like 2 here and 2 here? And 2 here and 2 here? You're really, really close. So I agree that a 2 and 2 go here, but to know that those 2 go there, what goes, and how do I use this 4x? Right now, all we're doing is filling in the inside of the box. We've filled in with x squared. I need to somehow fill 4x into this box. There you go. Yeah, so 2x and 2x, and that means that these two numbers have to be 2. Perfect. Yeah, thank you, Leo. You can turn in your card. You got some XP. Good job, Leo. All right. And I need to get caught up on marbles. What do I do next? Next step. Quiet raised hand. Let's see. We got Leo in. We got India in. Ellery, go for it. And Beverly, sorry. Ellery, go for it. 4. So I'm adding 4 to the left-hand side, which means I also have to. So I'm going to add this to the right side. I could add it under here, but it would get in the way of the graph, so I'm just going to add it and just group all these numbers together. Perfect, thank you, Ellery. You have gotten your XP, and you got your marble. We only have like maybe 15 marbles left. All right, we just did completing the square for the X terms. I need to do the completing of the squares for the Y terms. Someone help me out. Yeah, Loretta, go for it. All right, we're going to make a square. Sorry, Jane, I'm going to have to go down a little bit. You got it. All right, make a square, and then do what with the square? Y and Y, yeah. Thank you, Loretta. Your card is in. Loretta, your XP is in, and Loretta, your marble is in. Thank you so much. Next, what do I do? What is the next step? Go for it, Anna. 3x. Ah, 3y. Okay, so 3y and 3y. You're still missing one final piece. See if you can catch it. I think Colby. So before you do that, there's something that we're missing. Yes, there it is. It is a negative 3y and a negative 3y because it was a negative 6y. And then you were correct. What was the next step after that? On the sides of the box, you can label it. And negative 3. Yes, thank you, Anna. You got some more XP, a marble. All right. I need someone else to do the final step to actually complete that square. I have 3 pieces of the square in. I need that final piece. Quiet raised hand, Colby. 9. And that means I'm adding 9 to this side. So I'm adding 9 to this side. I guess technically I should be adding it down here with the Y terms. Adding 9 right here, which means I'm also doing what, Colby? Yes, I'm also adding it to this side. So I have these 4 numbers, 0, 62, 4, 9. I got to add all of those together. Can someone do that for me with a quiet raised hand? Let me give Colby his marble, his XP. Can someone add all those numbers for us, please? What is 62 plus 4 plus 9? Yeah, Cheyenne? 75? 75. Ooh, that came out to a bad number. That's unfortunate. 75. I'm going to put that, I'll just say all of these equal 75. And Mr. Sindel made a mistake when making this problem. I super apologize. Can we make this 64? Yeah, let's do some more marbles for that. Oopsie, sorry about that. Let's change this to 64. It is not mathematically correct, but I made a bad problem. I should have changed this number, and I didn't. But let's pretend that that number was 64. I apologize for the notes. It should have come out to a perfect square, but let's pretend it was 64. Sorry. So pretend that number is 64. I'm almost there. I want to rewrite this whole equation, pretending that the right-hand side now is 64, even though I know it should not be 64. Pretend the right-hand side is 64. What do I put on the left-hand side? Quiet raised hand. I see Beverly's hand. I can give it to her. If I need to call in someone without a card, she can be my backup. India can also be a backup. Is there someone new that wants to participate? Hillary's also a backup. Chewy, Jaden, do you guys want to get in? I need to fill in the left-hand side of the equation over here, somehow using something from this box, something from this box. No one has this. Beverly, go for it. Yep, so getting the side of that box, so in parentheses, x plus 2, and then I'm going to square that term, and then y minus 3 and squared. Yeah, there it is. So you're just taking the sides of the square, and then you have to actually make it a square by squaring it. Cool. And then we have our general form of our equation. So thank you, Beverly. You got some more XP. You got some more marbles. All right. From there, I need to figure out. Is it a question?
Yeah. Do we have to make it opposite for the center, whatever it's called?
Yes, that was the question I was about to ask right now. How do I say what the center is? How do I say what the radius is? So let's all write it down. Center and radius. Do you want to do that for us right now, Anna?
Sure.
All right, tell us what the center should be.
-2, 3.
Perfect. Thank you, Anna. And again, we had to make that assumption that we had 64 to make the problem come out nice. There is Anna's marble. Assuming that the radius was actually, or the equation actually was 64. I know I made a mistake. Assuming it was 64, the radius should be what? Quiet raised hand. What should the radius be? Aurelio, go for it. It is indeed 8, because you take the square root of 64. Thank you, Aurelio. Oh, you are on.
Do I get my marble for passing out cards?
We'll give a marble for passing out cards.
There we go. Class dojo.
+1 for participating. Yeah, so we have the center, we have the radius. Now you need to use your compass, which you should all have, and we need to go to this center of -2, 3. I know that this will be slightly off the graph, just a little bit off the graph, but let's go to -2, 3. So -2, 3, that is my center. And I know that my radius is 8, so I can go down 8 units. So from 3, if I go down 8, I should end up at -5. And that is my radius. So with your center on -2, 3, make your circle. Everyone should be using your compass right now. I should be looking at people like Martine using your compass to make a circle with the center at -2, 3, the radius that comes down here to -5, because that total radius length is 8. And let me do that as well. So theoretically, as a circle, if I come out to the cross section of here and -10, I want to come out to a distance of right there. And there's a circle. It does come off the graph a little bit towards the top, but that is okay. It won't be like that on Khan Academy. They'll have nice problems that actually work out nice and actually stay on the graph. Ask questions now. It's basically a review lesson, but we add on graphing. No questions? No questions? All right, go ahead and do a very, very quick summary.
That was it?
That was it.